I think that in this country, we bond through negativity. I think that the way that we think it's permissible to get close to relative strangers is to talk about what's wrong with things. If you think about this for a second, imagine that it's, 5:15 in the afternoon and you're at the grocery store along with everybody else. And so you're online, and let's say that they don't open all the checkout lines. So everybody is waiting on this one line. Well, you're going to be waiting for a little bit, and I don't care how friendly things are. If you're in a rush to get back, you start to get antsy. You start looking at all the different lines. You start thinking about what they should or shouldn't do in the grocery store for your convenience, and especially since you just spent all this time and money on customer service, you start to think, well, why do we have to do it and nobody else does? So what happens is you start to get a little agitated. Would that make sense? So you're standing next to this stranger for a while, and you start to think, well, maybe I'll talk to this person. Do you turn to this person and say, isn't this beautiful weather we're having? Or do you turn to the person and say, do you believe this? You'd think they'd open another line, wouldn't you? And when you do that complaining moment, the other person feels very comfortable to turn back and say, yeah, they should really do that. And that's what happens in practices, no matter how much you know each other. Because it's easier to run up and say, do you believe this? They did it again. Than it is to run up and say, I just think you do such a great job every day. Why is that? Why is it easier to talk about what's wrong with things than talk about what's right?